Hey, cousins. Disclaimer: there's a thunderstorm going on. This mic is fantastic and it picks up everything. So you probably going to hear thunder, lightning, and all kinds of things in the background. That is what's going on out here in Columbus. Number two, we going to run through the nonsense because I got to get to the good shit. Let me tell you something. Smackdown tonight kind of gave me what I needed to get. I was asking for the girls to give me something, and the girls did. Some of the guys gave me some stuff too. So let's get into it real quick so we could get to the meat of the situation. SmackDown went ahead and took place down to the Rosemont, Illinois at the Allstate Arena for April 4th. And it was cute. They was just yelling Chicago. I guess that's a suburb of Chicago, Rosemont. Either way, there's an issue. It took CM Punk 30 minutes of the show. Unacceptable. What you could have done in those 30 minutes could have given other people a opportunity to speak, progress some more story, could have gave a little more meat to some other stuff going on. I don't need CM Punk coming out here getting glazed. I understand he's from Chicago. He is not the fucking mayor. It is not that fucking serious, okay? Either way, CM Punk came out there as if he won the Oscar, the Nobel Peace Prize, the Grammy, the fucking People's Choice Awards, you name it, he was out there. And he proceeded to go on and on and on, thanking all the people, letting us know that everybody said he wasn't going to be shit and he ain't never going to amount to nothing. And now he's here, he's going to be at WrestleMania. I'm sitting here like CM Punk. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, are we having like a whole nother situation or what? Either way, Paul Heyman finally came out, and everybody was like, ECW, ECW. And CM Punk was like, oh my God, you can't escape. And Paul was like, I know, I know. Basically, Paul said, listen, can you just go ahead and tell me what the favor is? Because Roman's going to be here soon, and he's very upset with me, and I just got to know what's going on. CM Punk was like, he's not here yet. And Paul Heyman was like, no, but he's on his way. He said, okay, cool. When he gets here, I'll come back and I'll let him know what the favor is. 35 minutes to get to that is unacceptable. All right, then we go on to the first match of the night, which is Ray Phoenix and Nathan Frazier. Okay, Ray Phoenix. This is the issue that I'm having thus far in this Paul Levesque era. We're not getting introduced to people. We're not getting introduced to people. We're not getting packages. We're not getting motives. We're not getting anything. Ray Phoenix has been teased for weeks, okay? Only thing that his package communicates to me is that he knows how to flips and walk across the rope like a circus. Nathan Frazier, I actually know he is one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions, and I don't like the Tag Team Champions being used as feed for these guys on the main roster. I don't like that. I don't like it. Y'all didn't like it when Vince McMahon was doing it, when Triple H was down in NXT. I don't know why it's acceptable to do it to Shawn Michaels, Paul Levesque. Was the match cute? Yes, it was cute. It was a lot of flips. It was a lot of dives. That's what Axiom is known for in NXT. This is what Pentagon, and this is his brother Ray Phoenix. You don't even know that because it's not being conveyed, but we all know, and it's stupid for us not to just hear. Why don't you just say it? It's fine. Either way, Ray Phoenix won, and he had a little moment to speak at the end of this, and he said something like he's gonna be the animal of WWE. I don't understand what he was saying, but either way, congratulations to him. He said this is where he wants to be, and he feels fantastic. We get backstage after the match, and Los Garza, I'm just gonna call him sexy because the sexy boys, them two are some good looking ass Latin Mexican men. You hear me? Santos was basically saying, you know what, that's what y'all need to do. What Ray Phoenix is doing, I need you two to do it. And Humberto was like, bitch, don't come over here telling us what we need to do because we've been doing it. You actually supposed to be our manager and you're not getting us the monies that we need anyway. So how about you stop telling us what we're supposed to be doing because we already doing it. So Santos was like, cool. How about this? How about Humberto, you go ahead and get in the ring with Ray Phoenix. I'm going to go talk to Nick Aldis and get this set up so you can show us what you can actually do. And Humberto was like, all right, whatever, bitch, go do your job. And him and his cousin looked at each other and they was like, you know, it looks like they're getting a little bit over Santos. I'm over Santos. I'm gonna need him to do better. Get these motherfuckers some wins or something. Shoot. Byron Saxton was backstage. And he was talking to Braun Strowman, and Braun Strowman was saying he was getting ready to get with Jacob Fatu and show him who actually is the conductor of the train for stiff knees. And while all this was happening, LA Knight came up and he was like, "What y'all talking about?" And Braun Strowman was like, "Well, I'm talking to him about Jacob Fatu, and I'm gonna let him know I'm the conductor." LA Knight was like, "Well, all that's cute." And then Tama Tonga was like there, and he was just like, "Yeah, yeah, 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 yeah." And LA Knight was like, "You know what? Yeah, 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 yeah. In your ass in the ring, because I'm gonna stomp you out, and you're gonna be stuttering and barking and shit like you usually do. Because this is what goes on down to the LA Knight show, okay?" Then we went to a Drew McIntyre promo, and Drew McIntyre is very upset that everybody's doing him any kind of way, and his eye got lost down to the windshield when he went through it, and some glass flew into it, and he want to let everybody know that he is not fucking playing. He got an eye patch, and he coming in hot, so you better watch the fuck out. That's what he wants everybody to know. Now we're moving into the second match, which is LA Knight versus Tama Tonga, with Solo Sikoa and his buttersoft velvet raspberry suit in his corner. Listen, you seen it once, you seen it twice, you seen it 4 times. Yeah, LA Knight won with a BTF, okay? Byron Saxton was backstage and he was having an interview with Paul Heyman, and basically he was like, "So we gonna find out what this favor is." And Paul Heyman was like, "Listen, I don't even know why I'm talking to you. I'm waiting for people to come in. Can you just like leave me alone?" And Byron Saxton was like, "All right, girl, well, fuck you then." So Paul Heyman's waiting, and we get a car pull up. So Paul Heyman's like, "Oh my God, this is Roman. Great." And we waiting, and then finally we see some red flaming biker boots, and it was indeed Seth Rollins. So we was like, "Oh." So Seth Rollins came out, was like, "Oh, you waiting for somebody else? Ha ha." And Paul looked dejected. He was like, Seth was like, "Damn, you look a mess. Like, what is going on? We all need to know about this favor. It's going to affect me. I'm going to be in the ring. Don't worry about it. Keep your chin up and your tits up, and I'll see you later on. Deuces, ooses." Then we move into the segment of the night. Mother Bone and Tiffany Stratton. We got to sit in this. We got to sit. First things first, let's talk about Mother's outfit. Ma'am, it wasn't given. I'm just trying to say we need to dress for our body type, okay? I love the shoes. I love a chunk heel. I don't know if it was a Christian, Louis Vuitton or something like that. But the little panty that was kind of sewn into the lace and the bustier and the choker, no ma'am. No ma'am. Charlotte, it was given brothel. It was given Elvira. I said, I don't know what happened between last week. We got the shoulder pads and we got the nice little ankle socks sparkle. This week, we getting Dracula. I didn't like it. I said, it's already starting off awful. Wade Barrett said, because Charlotte dragged Tiffany by her hair, he had to be in the ring so there won't be no fisticuffs between the two ladies. And we get Tiffy time. Tiffy comes in. She is also in lace. But because Tiffany is wide set and built like a truck, it fits. Something about Tiffany tonight was off as well. I don't know if she had like some Botox or something to blow up her face, but it was like really round, and her lips seemed like stuck in she was smelling something stank. I don't know what was going on with the ladies, but either way, we gonna have to do better with these outfits, okay? Charlotte Flair, before she even got started, Mother Bone said, "Do you feel the power?" The audience was already bubbling. They were already ready to give Mother Bone the fever. Tiffany Stratton said, "Hey, Chicago, what time is it?" Charlotte Flair said, "That's cute. That's cute," right? Because they was like, "Tiffany time." Wade Barrett said, "Okay." He said, "Charlotte, I want to start with you. Give us a little more depth as to why you chose Tiffany as your WrestleMania opponent. And also, do you still agree after recent interactions that this was a choice?" Now, those are very good questions that will not be getting answered tonight. Okay? Mother Bone said, well, here we are. She's begging, and I'm the gift that keeps on giving. Boo. Boo. We couldn't get no further. That was it. After that, it went downhill. Tiffany Stratton said, are you done? Wait, did she get her woo in? Listen, Charlotte, you're the biggest competitor has ever been within this ring. Your biggest competitor has always been them. Okay, let's pause right there. When did this become about the audience? When did this become about the audience? How did Mother Bone allow this young whippersnapper child to pivot and put everything on the audience? Tiffany went on to say, and no matter how hard you try, no matter how long you're out for, that's a battle you'll never win. And you love to put this facade on like nothing gets to you, like you're above everybody else. And then you're crying on some boohoo talk show. Which one is it, Charlotte? The saddest part of all of this is no matter how many titles you win, you can break all the records. But when it's said and done, you'll always come second to your daddy, Ric Flair. And at WrestleMania, you're going to come second to me, Tiffany Stratton. The audience is like, yay, whoop, whoop, whoop. And she said, do you hear? That's power. Tiffany is so fucking scripted. It gives. I'm gonna read it because I can't come out of character or I'll fuck up, which she did, by the way. Mother Bone tried to ease in there. Mother Bone said, "Do you think you're the first opponent?" Chicago said, "Boo! There will be no talking tonight. Boo! It's almost as if Daddy Dom is in the ring. Boo!" She said, hold on. They said, no, thank you. No, thank you. Charlotte said, I'm going to push through. Something in her said, I'm going to push through. I think she had some broth tonight and it was still permeating through her. She said, you think you're the first opponent to say that I'm second to my dad? Chicago? They said, no, ma'am. We don't want to hear nothing you're talking about. They booed Mother Bone out of the ring, out of the arena. Tiffany Stratton came. What's the matter, Charlotte? Cat got your tongue? Mother Bone's getting frazzled. You can visibly see this. She's getting frazzled. She's getting annoyed. She's like, Chicago, shut the fuck up. Let me cut my promo. Mother Bone said, oh no, I'm sorry. They're booing, so boo. Boo. She said, man, this is really boo. Boo. She said, you know what, Tiffany? You go ahead and have the last word. So Tiffany said, let me get out my paper and script. Charlotte, at 25, what were you doing? You were trying to be a volleyball player drinking in your daddy's basement. I'm sitting to myself like, mother, say I'm so fucking what? At least I was drinking and fucking, what were you doing, bitch? Backflips? I was like, mother, come on, mother. Mother was stiff. She wasn't giving. Tiffany went on to say, and what I was doing at 25 years old, I'm walking into WrestleMania as the WWE Women's Champion. You say this is just another match to you. Seems like I've gotten to you, Charlotte. This is where I'm begging. I'm talking to the TV. I'm like, Mother Bone, I need you. Come, give it to her. Tell her, say, bitch, you're not frazzling me. You're a loser. You want to be like me. Don't ever forget that. You're a bookend. You're a bookworm. You're a tapeworm. You're an amoeba. You're a parasite. Give it to her, mother. Mother wasn't giving, y'all. Mother wasn't giving. Tiffany went on and said, and your WrestleMania record may be 4-3, and you may be the queen inside of the ring, but outside of the ring, you ain't the queen of shit. You didn't hear it because the audience was like, boo, Charlotte, boo. Mother said, what did you say? I can't hear you. Tiffy. Oh, you're so squeaky. What? Tiffy. This is where Tiffany stumbled. And this is where Charlotte should have hit it in the guts. But it was already too late, y'all. Mother Bone She was fried. She was fried, laid to the side. The audience is what took Mother Bone out. But I think this comment really rubbed the shit out of her, rubbed her wrong. And I didn't like it either. Tiffany went on to say, and for 16 more days, you get to call yourself WWE least favorite Nepo baby. Congratulations. And Mother Bone said, no, no, no. Number one Nepo baby, Nepo queen. Boo. I mean, that audience is giving it to Mother. Tiffany got the last jab. She said, and when I beat you at WrestleMania, Charlotte, and when it's all said and done, you're going to just be like you're outside the ring, alone. What's the record? 0-3? Woo! I said, oh, no, this bitch did not. No, you did not. And all Mother Bone could do was say, that's why Kaiser's in my DMs. I said, oh, Mother, you should have said nothing. It was terrible. It was terrible. At the end of that, Tiffany dropped that mic, rolled out that ring so motherfucking fast. And you can see Mother was walking around trying to get to her. It was terrible. She had this look on her face like she had no idea that they were going to talk about her failed marriages and all these things that she talked about on the talk show. She was on a talk show earlier and she was talking about her marriages and things and, how she feels. And we saw Ashley on the talk show. We didn't see Mother Bone, okay? And they used that against her. I'm just trying to understand, how did this go from you want to be me and I'm giving you charity too? It's the audience that you're up against, and bitch, you can't keep a man. I said, oh, let me tell you something. If I was Mother Bone, I would be backstage wanting to know who the fuck wrote that, because we about to do it, bitch. Very, very awkward, very disjointed. It will be talked about for days and days to come. Do I think Tiffany made some type of strides here? No, I don't. Because she still fucked up on the promo. She still stuttered. She still's reading from a teleprompter. And the only way for you to get over was to hit this woman all up in the guts and all up in her cooch. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Does it make the match better? I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if Charlotte got in the ring and potatoed this bitch the whole match. It almost feels like there's some real animosity there. We'll have to see how these next, we got about another maybe two. Yeah, about one more. We got about 2 more Smackdowns. We'll see what they do. Moving right along, Nick Aldis had an announcement, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pleased to make a major announcement in conjunction with the Raw General Manager. Next week, right here on SmackDown, we will present you a women's tag team gauntlet featuring teams from both Raw and SmackDown. Pause. Why isn't NXT a part of this? NXT has tag teams with no tag titles. Please, somebody make this fucking sense to me. Please. Why not have it a triple threat? One from Raw, one from SmackDown, one from NXT. And they can go up against Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez for the tag team championships at WrestleMania. Why was NXT not included in this? I do not understand. Moving right along, third match, Motor City Michonne and DIY in the number one contenders match against the Street Profits, who came out, by the way, in white. Music completely defunct. I didn't hear nothing if it was on. Lukewarm response. The audience was just like, yay, it's cute. Sit the fuck down. They put the Street Profits in the damn stands. Not next to the commentary. Didn't put them on commentary. Put them into the audience like they regular motherfuckers. These guys went back and forth. If you've seen it before, you've seen it 4 times. Motor City Machines, they won for pinfall. Great. I don't want to see Dick Face and his partner no goddamn way. We are backstage. The Miz and Carmelo Hayes are making fun of Pretty Deadly. Pretty Deadly's making some points. Pretty Deadly's telling Carmelo basically like, you came in here hot. Why the fuck are you pinned next to this dude? This has been 20 years. Nothing's going on. The Miz is like, first of all, I was like a 9-time tag team champion. The Pretty Deadly was like, yeah, that's cute or whatever, but we got stuff to do. We're on Broadway. You 2 bitches are back here looking a hot double mess. That was that. Go see The Undertaker's One Dead Man show at the Blue Theater at the Fountain Blue Resort. If you want to add to that $30,000 price tag that will come when you go to WrestleMania. Go back and listen to that podcast. I did the math for a full WrestleMania experience for two people. It will run you close to $30,000. I kid you the fuck not. If you want to hear old ass stories from Paul Calloway, you go ahead and do this. It's on April 19th. Fourth match, Naomi and B-Fab. I was looking forward to this. I have to say, we spent 30 minutes of bullshit at the top of this show. And this was literally altogether, I want to estimate probably about 8 minutes, match included. I don't fucking like that. This is a very important story. All eyes are on Naomi's turn. We're interested in this. And you still are giving crumbs to us, okay? I don't fucking like it. B-Fab is getting her reps in, and I love it. B-Fab's interest music is awesome. Get her the fuck away from Meechin. When B-Fab came out and Meechin came out too, when I tell you, she sucks the life out of anything this woman does. Get B-Fab away from Meechin. It's unnecessary. With that being said, Naomi came out. She's going to need new music. She's a heel. Why is she still coming out glowing? She could glow, but we're going to have to mute the glow, okay? Essentially, Jade Cargill runs down and attacks Naomi immediately. They go and they brawl and they fight or whatever. Naomi finally gets into the ring. B-Fab and them have they fight. They do their thing. Naomi actually did a really good move. I feel, what was it called? Oh my God. It was like a lung, something called a lung taker outer. I forgot. Either way, it was a good move. It looked way better than that eat the feet shit. It kind of looked like the eat the feet, but she used her knees and placed it and dropped back and pulled B-Fab into her, and the knee compressed on the chest. So there's that. It was a really good move. She has very good heel moves, hard hitting. I'm super excited for what is going to happen at WrestleMania with her and Jade Cargill. Speaking of which, Jade Cargill, after Naomi won, she got in the ring. She said, "Bitch, I'm still standing." So what the fuck? Jade Cargill came in the ring, was about to give her a jaded, but then we got 5 male security guards. Jade Cargill beat up all the male security guards, threw one of them out the ring. Naomi's on the outside telling her, "I hate you, bitch. I hate everything about you." Nick Aldis comes out. He said, "You know what? You two hoes been mixing it up it's a little bit too long. I'm tired of it. So what we gonna do is when we get down to the WrestleMania, you two bitches is on the card. Y'all gonna figure it out then." Jade is elated. She's in the ring. Yeah. Naomi is giving you, "Bitch, I'ma kill you." Then at one point, this is another thing. Naomi was doing her heel laugh and it got cut off. Why y'all we couldn't see her say? She said, "WrestleMania is gonna be mine." I wanted to hear it. I hated it. I hated that they cut that off like that. Either way, it was a nice little situation for the ladies. They could have had more time, but they keep giving it to these old motherfuckers, and I'm over it. Moving right along, Damian Priest had a promo. Basically, Damian Priest said, in a nutshell, he is going to victimize Drew McIntyre and make him his victim. That's what he said. Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, and Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis came out, said he got some stuff he got to tell us. Called Kevin Owens to the ring. Kevin Owens basically said, "Listen, y'all, my neck fucked up. I got to get surgery. I don't know when I'm coming back." Then we had Randy Orton come out. Randy and Kevin looked at each other. Nick let Randy know, because Kevin's fucked up in the neck, you're not going to have a match down to WrestleMania. Randy Orton was not happy about that, and he proceeded to go ahead and give Nick Aldis a RKO, and that was the segment. Basically, what is Randy supposed to do? I don't know. He could fuck up Cody Rhodes and let him lose the championship. That would be nice. We got the 5th and final match of the night, actually. Jacob Fatu versus Braun Strowman in last man standing match. It was fun. A couple spots. They actually had like trash all over this table. Clearly, you can see it was placed there because ain't nobody ate that pizza. There was nothing in the box. It wasn't even greasy. Either way, we had some table spots. Another table spot at the end. Braun Strowman went through the last table, got the 1, 2, 3, and we are now going to see Jacob Fatu down to the WrestleMania fighting for the United States Championship against LA Knight. Video recap of John Cena and Cody Rhodes segment. We had to relive Cody Rhodes telling John Cena that he got a heavy dick in his jorts. Katana Chance and Kaden Carter, Bailey and Lyra Valkyria, PFG. The stud line is still stud lining. So it's just those two, Zooey and what's that thing? And Shayna. The Pure Fusion Collection still keeps their names. The stud line. Meechin and B-Fab, the Secret Hervis. Natalia and Maxine Dupree will be participating in the number one contenders tag team gauntlet match next week. So we knew it was going to be a gauntlet match. We didn't know the teams. Those are the team. One more time. Kaden Carter and Katana Chance are the only actual team in this whole thing. I would put the stud line too. The stud line is the second team here. Everybody else are just thrown together. Who do you think will win that match? I'm going to give it to the stud line, actually, if I had to choose. Also next week, Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest will face to face. Rey Fenix will collide with Humberto Carrillo. Finally, Roman Reigns has arrived to the arena, guys. This was very frustrating. I'm not even gonna lie. It was about 10:50 when we started this segment. Roman Reigns got his entrance. Acknowledge me, Chicago. We acknowledged him. Everything was fine. He spoke a little bit. He basically said, I'm the tribal chief. I'm not here to waste time. I got shit to do. CM Punk, bring your ass out here and tell me what the favor is. And instead of CM Punk, we get Seth Rollins and his long fucking entrance. We got to hear the whoa, 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 whoa. And then Seth Rollins wants to talk. And the audience has said, what's the favor? What's the favor? What's the favor? And then while Seth's talking, the audience adopted one of the chants from Europe. Roman Reigns, Roman Reigns, Roman Reigns, Roman Reigns. Because Seth, we don't give a fuck. I wanted them to say, shut the fuck up to Seth. I'm not even going to lie to you. We don't give a fuck, Seth, at the end of the day. This whole three-way situation is focused on Roman Reigns and CM Punk. Seth is literally a third wheel at this point. He has no reason to be there again. And I just do not understand why this continues happens to this man. So he says, you know what? I'm done talking. He goes sit in the corner, and we finally get CM Punk. CM Punk wants to come out and run his fucking mouth too. We don't care. We want to know what the favor is. So CM Punk got to go through this whole spiel, give us some history that half of us was either not born for or did not experience and care to. Because back then you had to pay for ECW and all this other bullshit. Okay? Roman Reigns said, what the fuck is the favor? At least that's what he looked like. Here is the favor, guys. Here it goes. You ready? This is what CM Punk said. I'm going to force you to deal with us. Because at WrestleMania, in the main event, in my corner, your wise man, my best friend, Paul Heyman. The favor is Paul Heyman is going to be in CM Punk's corner. That's the favor. I kid you not. That's the favor. The audience, you could hear the audience was like, oh. And then they picked it back up because we thought that Roman Reigns was going to whoop Paul Heyman's ass because Roman Reigns said, well, Paul Heyman loves me. He's not about to get in your corner. So, like, what the fuck are you even talking about? And that's stupid. You did all of this just to say that? That's dumb. Paul Heyman said, I'm sorry, my tribal chief, but I can't say no to him. I can't say no to CM Punk. So, Roman's like, walking Paul into the corner. He's like messing up his clothes because he's about to fuck him up. Once again, CM Punk hits Roman with the microphone, proceeds to beat on him, and then gave him a go to sleep, which Roman sold fantastically. Seth is in the corner laughing. CM Punk puts his eyes on Seth. Seth is looking at him like, no, bitch, not tonight, not in these heels. And that is how the show went off. There you go. I will say this. I like the Naomi segment. I like that B-Fab is getting her reps. I like that they will be at WrestleMania, not the WrestleMania before, not the WrestleMania after. They will be on the card. I don't give a fuck where they're going to be. I'm glad they're getting their moment. The other thing I liked this evening was I did like the last man standing match. It was fun. The Mother Bone and Tiffany Stratton segment, I wanted to see what Mother Bone was wearing. I was very disappointed. The segment was very uncomfortable to watch, but it gave you something to watch. It gave you something to chew on, I will say that. The show moved smoothly. I think some of the timing is fucked up. I don't like that the ladies are continuing to get shortened and cut. Okay, if Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair was going to act like that, you should have put Naomi and them in that position and let Tiffany and Charlotte bring up the 9 o'clock or the 9:30 whenever they came on. Okay, because Naomi and Jade is more entertaining than Charlotte and Tiffany, and that's just the facts. But I'll say overall, the show was decent. Can't complain too much. This is probably one of the better shows. Now, look, somebody put effort in tonight, so I'm going to take what I can get, okay? All right, y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments, and I'll catch you on the next one. Deuces.